was a California August in 82 when my mother gave birth to the Spam Tech crew. 13 years later had me looking at Linux. Programming made me stronger like Papa the Spinach. Now, people know that a DG carry weapons, but if that weapon is a nest, you step in. We finish Contra with only one life. Finish Metal Gear 2 using only a knife. Right. People might think that we're frontin', then they see all the noobs online that I'm putting. My rhymes flow just like my code, even though my source is owned by Sko. What about my Indian? I keep it low. See me on Gunbound, call me pro. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. No. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spam. I said my heart's wide open, goatsy, and my windows min like Ho Chi. I'm just another nerd, but I rap about it. Shit talk on the net, then I laugh about it. I've been caught slipping like the Star Wars kid when I'm on eBay sniping a bid. Catch me on a webcam like Numa Numa. See me at the club and I'm rocking Puma. Another net legend if you see me yodel. Spit a little something that's anecdotal. Tell me about the time the E-Bombs world stole your chop like I stole your girl. Catch me on Gen May, not something awful. Low tax would ban me, raffle. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spams. Yeah. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go. Every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Waddy Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Waddy Crackers spams. Yeah.
Hey, get out of my way. I gotta see what TonyTGD's gonna say. Sidekick to the geek getaway. Cause I brought so many geeky films, games, and TV shows. Maybe if we're lucky, the brother expose the amigo. Hey, get out of my way. This season using hot takes, so you might as well stay. Sidekick to the geek getaway.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated TonyTGD. And I'm waiting for myself in comics, aka Bianca. She's running late. She'll be here in a minute. But that's not the technical difficulties that kept us from being on the show right away. What was the technical difficulties that kept us from being here, Max? Would you like to explain?
We don't got like two headphones.
No, it's not two. We do have two.
We do. It's like we don't know how to split the audio to
No,
the
we
two.
know how to split the audio, but StreamYards
Doesn't want to.
because it's one avatar, one person logged in to the StreamYard. They only have one audio option, so they can only use one headphone. And since Bianca's going to be here, both of us have to hear it. And if I didn't put headphones in,
It'd be very weird for me responding.
yeah, not only that, it would be an echo if we just put it on the TV
Yeah.
to let the audio come through. So we're sharing a set of headphones. I have one ear in.
So,
Sidekick Max has one ear in. We feel like conjoined twins. We can't move that far away from one another, is what I'm saying. Let me get the right logo. There we go. It has been a long time since I watched Perfect Blue. It's amateur hour. It is amateur hour. Sorry, Finbar. Sorry. We need you. But yeah, we watched Perfect Blue at the suggestion of Bianca. So hopefully, she's on her way. And so we can discuss this really weird. I do not think it holds up. I've never watched it before.
It was weird.
This is the first viewing of Perfect Blue. Mm-hmm. Personally, I don't think it holds up. I think it's very of its time. And I think because I'm looking at it as someone who's watched media after Perfect Blue was made, right? And then going back, I think it doesn't work so well for me. What do you feel?
It was something. I don't know how to explain it. I think the art style kind of really messed it up a little.
Stop trying to sneak snacks while we're on.
I'm trying to be quiet. Okay.
You're not being quiet. I can hear it because I have a free ear.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I can hear you with
I'm,
the
like, trying
crinkling.
to hold it
Psychic Max
down.
is... What is that? It's a granola bar. Psychic Max is trying to eat a granola bar. I can't mute the mic because it's only one, so if I'm talking...
I know. This makes it funnier.
It makes it funnier for you. It doesn't
does.
make it funny for me. What's up, Bianca?
Hello, sorry. I forgot my password.
Fair enough.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I usually memorize it pretty good, but today I just forgot for some reason.
That's why I just go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's real easy to remember. Can't forget it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get hacked that way.
No, because everybody assumes that you're not dumb enough to use it, so then they don't even try it. They're like, "Oh, no one's that dumb to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?" So it's like we're not even gonna bother trying that one. See, you gotta think 2 steps ahead of everybody.
It's
No.
not like they just try a codes. They like when they do the hacking, whatever. They just say, "Okay, here's the password." You just copy and paste.
I don't think that. I think they just slam their fingers on the thing. They're like, da, 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 right? I've seen the movies. It's just like, da, 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 da.
I mean, that's not how it works.
Yeah. And so I'm here with Sidekick Max. Bianca was worried. She's like, "Oh, how old is Sidekick Max? Like 2?" I'm like, no. Sidekick Max is a little bit older than that. Gonna be
I'm way
18.
older.
bit
Yeah, I'm
older. You
gonna
said
be
old.
18.
Gonna be 18 in like 14 days from now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Because that's what I put on the...
It's the 15th. My birthday's the 15th.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I know I always forget, and I put it on the tickets, because I had to put like how old you were on the plane tickets, and I put the 15th, so that's your birthday now. Even if it wasn't.
Yeah, because like I was freaked out. Like you're like, "Oh hey, my kid is on here." I'm like, "Kid?" I'm like, "Hold up, man. Do you know how? Have you seen this anime? Are you sure?"
I didn't see it.
old?
This is my first time watching it.
It's fine.
Max, did you get your permit yet? No, we
No.
didn't. No. Max doesn't want to drive. He's taking over the family business of not driving.
I want to drive a motorcycle, not a car. I can't do
Yeah.
cars.
No, we're not gonna do that. Finbar says,
Motorcycles are worse.
I
cover
know.
Max's ears when you read this. Also cover his eyes.
I already read it. I've been read
That's
it.
the part
Yes,
where-
yes, we did.
Yes. Thank you, Bianca, for allowing us to have that very uncomfortable moment where we both sort of looked at each other and went, "What are we watching?"
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, as I was saying, I don't know if you caught it or if you were listening in. I say it doesn't hold up very well. I don't think Perfect Blue holds up to today's standards. I think it's really weak in a lot of areas,
Yeah.
especially the animation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the animation. Very weak.
Definitely not. It's the opposite. It's still perfect.
Oh.
The background animation of just background characters and all that were so flat.
That's on purpose.
See,
That's
didn't-
on purpose.
Didn't I tell you that we're gonna?
I don't care if it's on purpose. I want something to focus on.
Let's
You're
look at this.
supposed to be focusing on the main characters, not the background people in the back. That's why they made it flat, so you can
Nah.
focus on the characters in the front.
One main
Hold
character.
up. Let's watch this sequence real quick, right?
Let's
Let's watch
please,
this sequence.
Let's do.
We're gonna watch a little sequence from Perfect Blue because I recorded it. I got it all set up, ready for us. Okay.
Wait, did you guys watch it before?
Yeah, we watch it. Okay, so that's the main star is Mima. She's a pop idol trying to become a actress, right? So that's the general setup. But here, where's the sequence I'm looking for? Damn it! Is this the wrong one? Is this the wrong recording? Shit, this is the wrong recording. Hold up, I gotta get.
What?
Yeah, because I recorded two little bits. Because
Good job.
there's a sequence that I want to show. Hold on. But you're saying that they did it. Didn't I say, Sidekick Max, when we watched it, I said they're going to say that this was on purpose?
It bothers me a little bit that one character could be talking and the character next to them does not move at all. Like nothing. Not even like slight breathing animation or anything.
That happens in almost everything.
No,
I've seen animes that hold true to that.
There's literally, the opening scene where they show like the little kids going from the Power Rangers thing, and they run through.
Sentai.
They run through, and literally like there's people like in the background just holding like a newspaper or whatever, just static.
There's not even like background talking or anything.
And then when the people start talking, it just looks like they're like jiggling the fucking animation paper, like the little like. It looks so bad. It looks terrible.
It does.
What is this? 90s, 80s, probably 90s, almost 2000s. Look at me just saying that random numbers.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. When was Perfect Blue made? It is
When
a
was Perfect
1997. 97. There's no excuse in 1997 for the animation to be that shitty.
Nah, the animation's not crappy at all.
I didn't get the sequence that I wanted. All right, never mind.
You wanted a specific sequence?
Yeah, where it showed off that crappy animation that I was talking about. Apparently, I didn't get it. I didn't record it. Son of a bitch. Anyway.
Slacker.
Is this the bush part? No, it's not the bush part.
No, stop.
The animation fit the time it was. No, it didn't. Look,
It did.
like I said, you had, Astro Boy. What else came out before this? Fucking Kimba the White Lion.
Kimba the White. You're losing Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, it has better animation. That's what I'm saying. Like those were earlier anime movies and shows that had
The
better.
like 1990s like Miyazaki films.
Yeah,
They're not anime, but still.
they're anime.
No.
Hayao Miyazaki's films are anime. Don't listen to that bullshit on the internet. Internet's stupid.
What? What's
Not. Sidekick Max is just.
literally made by Madhouse, and he's saying it's crap. Let's ban him. Let's burn him at the stake. His
You
kid
just
too.
not remember the old. That's what I'm saying though. This was like Speed Racer esque at times, where like it's like 1 frame per second. Like
Yeah.
it was bad. It was bad. Not all of it, right? There are
There
good
were parts
sequences,
that were good.
right? When they do the pop idol sequence, and again, if you're like, I knew when I saw it, I go, oh, 100% this was done on purpose. But no, I don't buy that shit.
Why they all look like Sid the Sloth Man.
Yeah, the main villain just looks horrible. Like not horrible, like disgusting, but horrible. Like the guy doesn't know how to draw a face.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yes, that's on purpose to make him look frightening. They make
don't
him
look
look
But they
frightening.
all like even the
uncomfortable.
main chick at times she just doesn't look like it.
Look at that. That doesn't look frightening. Okay, again,
That doesn't
because
look frightening.
no,
It looks like you can't draw eyes.
yeah, it just looks like he just has the inability to draw.
Like how do you mess
Everything
up a
is
nose
good
that bad?
except you just don't see pupils, but that doesn't mean that it's bad overall.
Tony's take his ass. It probably is. That's why I said coming from someone who's watched more modern anime and then it's going back to this 1997 Perfect Blue. I've watched thrillers past this.
I
right?
just haven't watched anime, new or old.
So what I'm saying is like this is like I understand that when King Kong came out, right? When the original King Kong came out, the little claymation King Kong, people are like, "Oh my god, this is impressive," right? But like if I
It's not
showed,
impressive anymore.
yeah, if I showed a kid who's
But I
watched
still
like
think it
fucking
looks
Jurassic
great.
Park, right? And I go, "Here, you've watched Jurassic Park. Now go watch this old King Kong." You're like, "This is shitty. What am I watching? It's not impressive at all."
Modern anime, you literally cut so many corners now.
Comparing modern anime to old shit? Nah, I'm not comparing. What I'm saying is, it's like when I'm playing video games, right? Like, I've played modern games, so that when I go back to try to play like some old game, it just doesn't hold up to me. It's not like
It's not good
I
enough.
don't have nostalgia for it. I didn't watch it when it first came out.
For
So-
games, I can understand because of like actual mechanics and stuff, but like animation back in the day, and depending on which anime studio they are, like that's all different.
So you apparently really like this movie.
I remember it giving me nightmares when I first watched it.
See, I didn't have any nightmares.
Me neither.
That I was a kid and I am a woman watching this, so of course it would give me nightmares.
Well, see, even that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so we're gonna get into spoilers, obviously.
Freaking shark teeth.
We're gonna get into spoilers. So, Mima, she is a pop idol. She's graduating. I think part of what makes this doesn't work for me, and not me personally. Like, I know some stuff about like the idols industry, right? But I think like if someone else who's watching this has no like idea what's the idol industry and all the goings ons and the back and forth, right? They're not going to realize some of the intricacies, if you will, right? So she's graduating out, and basically she's like got too old, right? You can't be an idol after a certain age. It's just like, look, you're not cute no more. You got to go live a real life, right? So she's trying to transition to be an actress.
It was because of her age?
Yeah, they basically tell you that. That's why the assistant, what the hell's her name? Ray? Rumi. The one that's helping them, like the manager, that's why she aged out. And that's why she's complaining earlier in the anime. She's complaining that she never had the chance to become an actress. Like that, there was no opportunities back then. So she aged out and she ends up becoming a manager for other idols. Because
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, you're going to continue?
So, no, she's getting to that age where she has to make the decision, right? She could still be an idol for like maybe 1 or 2 years, but that's it. Like the wall is coming, right? So she's transitioning to try to be an actress. She gets a drama show, little bit part. The part starts blossoming bigger. She doesn't really want to be an actress. The management is kind of pushing her to it. She kind of wanted to stay an idol, but like I said, it's eventually going to come to an end. So she's like, oh, okay, fuck, I'm going to do this actor stuff. And there's a lot of this don't make waves type attitude, right? Again, 1997, Japanese women, just kind of going with the flow of what the dude in charge is telling you what to do, right? So eventually, she's on this drama show, and they're like, hey, we got this awesome idea. We're going to make your character the fucking crazy psycho. And in order to do that, there's going to be a R-word scene. You know what that word is, right? The grape ape scene, right? And I guess that's supposed to be like really intense and traumatic, that scene, right? And I think it kind of fell flat for me.
It did.
Like, I'm guessing that was a traumatic scene for you, especially if you watched it as a child.
Good thing I did not watch it as a child. I was of age when I watched it.
Oh, so that was like 3 years ago, right?
Not sure.
So
I don't know the specifics.
That was it's supposed to be like the big traumatic scene or whatever, I think.
It wasn't really that.
And I think it fell flat for a couple of reasons. One, it's anime, right? So it's hard for me at least to be like, oh, she's not acting now. Now she's really scared, right? Because it's all drawn the same.
Yeah.
Right? There was no real she's got a different look. So now she's like, oh, she's really like fucked up. She's really scared. Two, the dude that was doing the R in the scene, when they yell cut the first time, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Is everything cool? Like, he was really nice.
Yeah.
That was after.
No, that was at the beginning, because they go cut and they stop and they're like, all right, reposition the camera, take 2, and then it gets a little more intense.
Hold on. There was the one where she was doing the scene and he wasn't on there. He was there after.
No, I'm not talking about this guy doing this in the scene. I'm talking about the actor.
It's on his face. So
No, sorry. We just needed a clip.
Yeah.
So obviously the part where they're yelling cut, that's not the scary part, obviously. Nobody would be scared about that.
No, but it's supposed to be intense for her.
Yeah, you can tell she's like not okay.
She's dead. Her eyes you see her eyes die.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, that's supposed to be portrayed like, oh my god, like the scene itself is really like intense, and that's why, because afterward she gets real upset and she like throws her bed stuff down. She's like, of course I didn't want to do that. I'm just didn't want to disappoint anybody, right? And she's like all like physically upset, and she's very traumatized
on her part.
right? And we're supposed to be like, oh yeah, that was horrible. Like she shouldn't have done that scene. Like it was horrible that they pushed her into it, right? But everything leading up to it and everything during it is like,
Never really seemed like she didn't want to do it.
yeah, not that she didn't want to do it. Plus, it seemed like it was like real safe, and the dude was real nice. Like if they had like shown the dude talking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of this scene, and I'm gonna push it as far as I can.
Or something? Yeah.
And then we got to it. They're like, "Oh yeah, that dude's he's a fucking bad dude, right? He's gonna like take advantage of her during this scene." Then maybe I would have been like, "Yeah, okay, I could get it." But the way they portrayed it, it was like, "Oh, this is just an acting gig." So,
Yeah.
And
so her reaction.
you're forgetting about how this mentally affects the person. Like it doesn't like if it's shown the way you want it to be shown, how you think would be clear, then it's not portraying it correctly.
But it doesn't portray it at all.
But I'm the one watching it.
It does portray it.
And I'm the one that's going like, "Oh wow, that the acting scene, not the later scene." With
Yeah, the later
dude.
scene was
Not
alright.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the acting scene.
Yeah,
When you see her eyes die, that's when you can see what she's feeling.
Not gonna lie, she just
Also,
looked
knowing
bored.
which scene is real and which scene is fake matters important into the entire movie of the red and blue scenes.
Yeah, but to be honest, when I saw her like eyes just go blank, she just looked bored to me. Like
Yeah.
she just looked
No,
kinda done with it.
that's a sign of giving up. She's giving up. She doesn't feel anything
guess.
anymore.
I didn't get that. See,
Yeah, I just got boredom. Like, could have been better.
My goodness.
so eventually, people are getting
How do you
killed.
not know that?
Very
Anime
good.
shows that all the time. That's not a boredom eyes. That's a sign that you're done. You're dead. You're given up. Mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. That's always a
I
thing
guess.
in anime.
Max is truly Tony's kid. Yeah,
What?
because you have the same opinion. We're just both just like, yeah, it was just like,
She's just kind of bored. She's like,
You have to realize it's a psychological anime. It's psychological.
wasn't.
But
You're
it doesn't
thinking too
seem like
literally
it.
for this.
I enjoy a lot of psychological
both
films
autistic.
and stuff like that. And it just didn't give it.
It did give it, but you just don't understand it.
Maybe I'm
Especially
too
from a woman's
autistic
point of
to
view.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm t-
Is this show too normal for me to understand? Is that what it is?
Are we too autistic?
So eventually, we do
Really?
find out that she gets a little note and talk about, oh, we like visiting Mima's room. And she's like, what the fuck is this shit? And turns out it's like this website, and they use an old Apple computer. I don't think they got permission to use the Apple logo, but it's in the movie.
It's there.
It's there. Right? It turns out there's this like web page dedicated to her, and it's talking from the perspective of her. And she's like, I don't remember writing this shit, but these details are really, really fucking specific, right? Like someone really knows like what I'm thinking. And at one point we see that the weird looking dude has all of her posters around, and he's like a huge, huge fan. And you think he's the bad guy, right? Because people start getting offed. It's crazy. It's crazy. We get first. There's a letter bomb delivered to the studio where they're shooting the set. Then the dude gets murked in an elevator. Then we had what? The other dude, like there's a pizza delivery, and dude gets like stabbed in the eye and then like stabbed in the junk. That was the
With an ice
photographer.
pick or something.
Yeah. Then a couple other people die. Then like the person behind this website turns out is talking to the crazy dude, right? So the crazy dude's obviously not running the website. That's like the red herring, like, oh, we tricked you. Weirdo, crazy looking dude is not the bad guy. He's just
He's just
being
a weirdo,
used.
crazy looking dude.
Yeah. So then
He's all right. He's chill.
I would have liked it better if crazy weirdo dude wasn't also crazy psycho dude, right? And they kind of imply very early in the movie that maybe he like hit somebody with a car, right? And he was an
He was an
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
simp, yeah.
Except he wasn't paying.
Well, fair enough.
Also, there's the thing I forgot to mention, because again, this is Japanese idol culture, 1997. There's a big thing, right? Because if she fails as an actress, she can possibly go back to being an idol for a couple of years, right? And that was the whole point of like, if she does the R scene, that's it. Like
She can't go back to that.
Yeah, she's crossed the line. Like she's
Of
no
innocent
longer
idol.
Yeah, she's no longer cute. She's no longer a cutesy idol. She can't go back. And eventually, she does get talked into taking nude photos. And again, this scene, there is a little bit of a setup where the other two idols are like, "Oh, she's taking pictures with that dude because that dude's really good at getting chicks to get naked," right? But when it happens, I don't get the sense that the dude is a sleazeball, right?
Not only that, but like she's like upset that she took those photos after, and it's just like in that moment, it doesn't seem like she is.
Yeah. And
There's
again,
no like hint of maybe she's not okay with it.
Yeah, like he didn't coerce her. Like there was no like, oh, take off your shirt, and she's like, no, like, oh no, don't
No,
worry.
he was just like, do this, and she's like, okay.
Yeah. So, again,
It fell flat.
fell flat for me.
You guys do know that it's also about multiple personality disorder that idols receive themselves, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I read
obviously she
what
doesn't
it's
know
about.
because it wasn't her that agreed to it.
But she doesn't have multiple personality.
She does.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't.
She
She does
doesn't.
have one.
It's not her.
No, Satoshi Kon, the guy who wrote the screenplay and did the film, because this is an adaptation of a book, right?
Which not all of them are faithful to the book.
Well, this one isn't faithful at all. That's what I was gonna say, because it was an adaptation of a book. They adapted it into a screenplay. They were gonna shoot a film. They didn't have the budget for a film, so then they decided, okay, well, we can make an anime. So then they got the script, gave it to Satoshi Kon. He read it. He said, this shit is fucking crap. He threw that away. He did. He threw that away, and he just like, I'm going to write my own script. And they basically were like, okay, but you have to keep certain elements, right? She has to be an idol. This guy has to be this guy has to be a director, right? So pretty much this movie doesn't resemble the original book at all. It was so bad that Satoshi Kon actually wanted to take the name Perfect Blue off of the anime because he thought that it meant something to the original story, and he had changed it so much that it probably didn't mean anything to the new story. But then he was like, fuck it, just keep it because it sounds cool. Right?
Okay, so what does this have to do with what they chose for the movie?
Because, like I said, he very specific that she does not have multiple personalities. He
You
says
can tell.
the movie's about our perception and how other people perceive us and what we want and what we want to become. And
Well, the ending was supposed to be a hint. She says I'm, and then that's her name.
yeah,
Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
because she
the
knows
other,
who she is.
Yeah, because the other person was pretending, well, quote unquote
Yeah,
pretending.
spoiler alert.
No, because she herself was struggling with that as well.
Well, she was
Yeah,
struggling with who she wanted to
with her
be.
identity, not with like a multiple personality disorder. You could struggle with your identity and not.
That's what the
have
red and the blue
ID or something
scenes
like
were.
What?
The red and the blue scenes, that was supposed to help you understand about the multiple personalities. One was real, one was fake.
that. Yeah, but that's not a multiple personality disorder.
But again, I don't think okay. So spoiler alert: the bad guy ends up being the manager, the idol manager, the former idol turned manager. She was trying to live vicariously through Mima because she could no longer be an idol, and she wanted to be an idol. So she helped Mima become an idol, and through Mima, she was living the idol life again. Then, when Mima decides that she got pushed into being an actress by the other dude that run like the record label or the
Yeah.
PR company, wherever the fuck they were, right? The people that were handling her handlers, whatever, right? When she got pushed into being an actress, Rumi saw her life, her idol life, being taken away again. And that's when she had a psychological snap, and she became Mima. She set up this Mima's room, and she did all that stuff. And then she started killing people because she thought they were partly responsible for Mima ruining her image and ruining her ability to be an idol, which was taking away Rumi's ability to once again be an idol vicariously through Mima. According to, again, the guy who directed it, right? The guy whose name is on the damn box. He didn't say anything about her being, as far as I know, having multiple personalities, Mima. It was just that she was struggling with what she wanted to be, whether she wanted to be an idol or to be an actress and to move on with her life.
But nobody died.
No one has to die.
What?
What do you mean nobody died? Lots
Nobody
of people.
died.
There's like 4 or 5 people that they got murked.
There's a scene where one of the guys who talks with on what was it, Agent Rumi. There's some parts where he has a bandage in his hand, and there's other parts where he does not have a bandage in his hand. But it showed that he was injured. In the blue and the red scenes, it changes. In one color, he always has the bandage. In the other color, he does not have the bandage. That's why I'm saying that it
You know,
kind
some of it was
matters. You have no idea
flashbacks,
which
right?
one went on.
Yeah, a lot of the scenes were flashbacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think
Not
you're
flashbacks. It showed her killing somebody, but she did not
She
actually
did.
kill somebody.
Okay, so Mima, the actual Mima, the real Mima, killed somebody as part of the drama show.
Yes.
Okay. Rumi killed a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Okay. The scene, I know the scene that you're talking about, and I got that queued up because this is what I was going to go into about. I don't like being lied to by movies. Okay, so this piece
It's called being lied to, not making you think.
no, this is when you show
just straight
something.
up.
This is a lie, right? If I go, here's a movie. And in the movie, you see Margot Robbie stab someone in the neck, right? And then you go, oh, by the way, that wasn't Margot Robbie. That was actually
Someone pretending to be him.
no. It was fucking Johnny Depp, right? That was Johnny Depp. And you're like, no, you literally showed me Margot Robbie stabbing the guy, right? You can't say it was actually Johnny Depp, right? If you don't show the person or the person's hidden, right?
Then yeah, but like,
But you can see this is clearly not Rumi's body, right? Because Rumi is a little bit of a chunker, right? She's a little heavy set lady.
Yes, that's also on purpose.
But it's a lie. Then you're lying. You're deceiving the audience to try to get this like big reveal, right? They used to do that all the time in like old mystery novels, right? They tell you something like, "Oh, you didn't know, but he actually had a brother that we told you was dead." Like, no, you can't tell me a guy's
Isn't
dead,
that
and then
kind
he
of
shows up
different
at the
because
end.
That's words.
No,
And
it's the
this
same
one
thing.
is visual.
Yeah, so it's a visual medium, right? So you could easily not show her at all, right? You could have showed the guy get stabbed. You
Nah,
could
the
angle
surprise
it.
is awesome.
You could angle the shots in a certain way in which you don't get a full image of the attacker.
yeah, there's a lot you could do here.
Right, but this is blatantly showing you, and then later on, like to get even worse, later on, they literally show you her face as she's stabbing the dude, right? You can't be like, oh, this was actually the other character. Like, no,
That's her face.
Yeah,
And it's completely her face. Not even like a disfigured her
Yeah.
face. That's her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, if I spend time watching movies about crime, you're gonna get lied to. That's what I'm saying. I don't like being lied to, right? Don't give me information
That's not going to be useful.
that's not true, right? Don't give me false information just so you can be like, I tricked
It's
you.
obviously in the minority.
I am, obviously, because I'm autistic, but still.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that, right? But yes, people got killed. People were really dead. Like, because Rumi ends up in a mental institute at the end.
Well, that's because she tried to kill the former idol. She's like, if I can kill her, then I can be the idol.
Yeah.
The person thinks they're me. Yes, I understand that. I get that, right?
But like,
but I am the
whose
audience.
eyes are we seeing it from then?
Yeah, I'm the audience watching. I'm just some like dude floating above the action, watching all of it. So I'm literally seeing the actual Mima, right? She's not glowing because there are scenes where Mima is glowing, right? The fake Mima. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is obviously supposed to represent something that's not happening, right? Like hear this, right? You could see that she's glowing. She has an otherworldly thing. These two are confused. This is obviously not the real Mima here, right? And also, did this actually happen? Because the two other bandmates of Cham, they're doing a concert, right? And supposing Mima's going to show up, and then the crowd gets this confused look on their face, and then they cheer, and they show the glowing fake Mima show up, right? In between the two idols. And two idols have a worried look on their face. And then Mania, the bad guy, the weird looking dude, he gets all happy because she's there. So did Rumi show up dressed up as Mima, perform in the concert, and then no one noticed?
No one noticed, like, the obvious differences?
Yeah. And then no one also said anything about it?
Part.
That's not psychological.
That's not psychological. That's literally just, like, avoiding massive plot holes.
Yeah, that's like, hey, she showed up. Everybody knew that she dressed up as Mima for a concert. And then no one said anything about it as people were getting murdered all around her.
From what I see it, they imagined her there. And they don't feel... Like, obviously, with these two girls, they weren't making it by themselves because they lost their star. And that everybody... is seeing this glowy Mima and just
so you're
imagine
saying everybody's like
everyone's
having a mass
hallucinating.
a disconnect with the audience that way.
I think that's again because you showed the audience.
Very?
The audience had a reaction to what was going on. They were
Yes.
they were
I
jamming
kind of
out.
think they all had a thing mentally together somehow.
Some magic force, just everyone's hallucinating.
Yeah, everyone
they all
hallucinated.
got tipped acid or something.
So I thought that was bad. This was the scene from Requiem from a Dream, because Darren Aronofsky actually bought the rights to Perfect Blue to make a film out of it, specifically so he could borrow this scene and use it in a Requiem for a Dream. Then he would go on to make Black Swan and then say like, "Oh no, I didn't borrow off of Perfect Blue." And like, dude, like you literally own the rights, and we know you watched the movie, right? So
Just say it.
yeah,
You own it.
Own up to this shit.
I heard Black Swan used one of the scenes too, but I don't know which one it was.
That's what I've heard, but I think it's maybe the where she's seeing herself in the glass.
Mm.
I don't think I've ever watched Black
Black Swan?
Swan. I was gonna say Perfect Blue. It's fucking this scene right here. Damn it, where is it? That right there, where like she sees her other self. I'd be fighting Bianca's corner not because I believe she's right, but because I don't like agreeing with Tony. So everyone was simping for Mima, and no one cared for the other two girls. That's what it seemed like. Like she was the main star.
She was always the star.
In fact,
They were always gonna fail.
that they wouldn't recognize her. She's good.
Bianca about to get carried. Only one
I've
can
never
only
do
take
it
so
with
much
him.
tag team. No, we're not tag team.
I'm just here.
Yeah. So like I said, the movie's not bad, right?
Here.
It's not bad, and I get the point. I get what they were trying to portray.
Could have been better.
Yeah, like I said, because
Could have been worse.
it's of its time, right? Obviously, 1997. I've watched things better
was
than
2
this
years old.
after, right? And then, like, I'm going back. Like I said, had I watched this when it came out, I'd probably have a different opinion. I'd be like, oh, yeah, this was groundbreaking. It was great. You know, the scene was intense. This was good. Some of the violence was nice. But I've seen so much better stuff after, and now I'm going back. And
Violence
I'm
was
just
nice.
like, well, not nice, like oh, it was like, oh yeah, that's great. I mean, like nice, like it was
Violence
well
was,
animated.
beautiful, ecstatic, fantastic. 10 out of 10 would do again.
10 out of 10 violence. There's this scene right here, which I got confused by. So this is right after Mima, quote unquote, kills the photographer, right, with the ice pick. So she wakes up in her room, and she gets a phone call, right? She's like, hello. And the dude on the phone
You mean mushy mush?
is like, Mima? Right? Like, he's confused. He literally called Mima's house. And then he's confused.
That she picked up.
Yeah, that she picked up the phone and answered. And I thought, well, maybe. Right? Here's what I thought. I said, well, we know later on in the movie that Rumi has an identical room to Mima's room, right? So I thought maybe this was Rumi's room, right? That she had went to the wrong house, or Rumi had brought her home after the murder, right? And I was like, maybe he was calling Rumi's house, and so when she picked up and said hello, that's why he was like, well, Mima, right? Like he was confused with why she was there, right? But then, in the next scene, the guy on the phone is literally across from fucking Rumi. So I'm like, no, that can't be why that happened. So again, now I'm back to why did he call Mima's house and then was confused that Mima answered the phone in her house? She doesn't live with anybody. She doesn't have any roommates.
So what was the rest of the dialogue?
The rest of the dialogue was literally, hello. He says Mima. And then he says, are you okay over there?
So that dialogue seems like he would know she was there.
Yeah, but if they were trying to imply that this was the wrong house, he goes, Mima?
I don't think they were.
Are you okay over there? Like, why would you ask, are you okay over there? And not,
You all right?
you okay? Like, she's at her house, not like over there.
People say.
Again, it could be like a translation thing because obviously this is translated from Japanese to English. And again, also thank you because I had to watch this with subtitles. There was no
English version?
English audio on YouTube. It was all Japanese.
Oh, you watch it on YouTube. Oh yeah, I have the steel book, so the subtitles are available.
Well, the subtitles were automatic. But
Ew.
I know.
Yeah. So I don't know if the subtitles are,
Messed up.
1-to-1, if they were bad translation. So there's also that possibility.
An extreme possibility. A lot of fan translations are used for YouTube.
What was the YouTube movie? It wasn't the YouTube. It wasn't like just some random person's like account. It was literally like rent this movie for $2.99, right? So then right after this, she goes into her closet, and the bloody clothes and pizza outfit
are there.
That's why again I was like, well, maybe she's in Rumi's house. And that's why the clothes are there because Rumi killed her, right? Because you never see her leave, right? And she doesn't like open the window, like so she doesn't know. But then when she opens the door, there's paparazzi there trying to get a word with her, and they're not surprised that she's there. So they obviously are at her house. So again, why are the bloody clothes in her house if she didn't murder the dude?
Planting is possible.
But why?
So Rumi now
Why
has like
not?
keys to her house and stuff.
Yes.
So Rumi kills the dude, sneaks into Mima's house without waking her up, hides the clothes, and again, remember, Rumi thinks that she's Mima, right? And she has a Mima room in her house. So in her Mima state, why would she try to frame the other Mima?
Well, she's been wanting to get rid of her already. So why not?
Because no one would have found the clothes.
Because here's the thing, right? If let's say that Mima gets arrested, the real Mima gets arrested for the crime. She didn't want to get rid of her at that point. At this point, she still wanted her to be an idol so she could live vicariously through her. If she gets arrested, that dream is dead. Mima getting arrested, she can't pretend to be Mima anymore.
This is why I'm saying you guys are taking it too literally. You're not supposed to be doing this much.
I'm not supposed to be taking the movie that I'm watching as the movie I'm watching.
But
no.
if you don't take it literally,
Yeah,
then you're just like making excuses constantly for bad writing.
Yeah, bad writing,
No,
contrived plot.
Like, we're not supposed to know a majority of it.
But they
But
showed it.
it shows it.
I can only go by what they
You
showed
don't
me.
know. Do you know? You don't. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if they showed it. You don't know which was real. You don't know what's happening. That was the whole psychological part. Like, you don't know which was done by who.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
pretty
if,
sure-
if it's so easy to pick apart who does what after like 2 minutes after watching the movie, then they didn't do a good job on the psychological part.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the physical clothes were real things that were really in her apartment. So now we have to figure out how they got there.
No,
right?
you don't.
Yeah, we do, because it has to make sense.
Don't do it. That's making
If
you
we start-
overanalyze.
Right, when you start to overanalyze any movie, it becomes bad.
No, but this isn't even overanalyzing. This is literally like they're like,
This is just analyzing it.
her clothes were there. It wasn't like random clothes that were bloody. You could be like, oh, those were like the clothes that when she cut her hand on the cup, right? No, it was literally like the exact pizza outfit. And I'm like, okay. And I know it's supposed to be like, oh, they're throwing you off, right? It's misdirection. But no, it's literally lying. They're literally just lying to you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, haha, see, you
Misdirection
didn't understand
is
it.
lying.
Misdirection
matter.
isn't blatant lying, though.
Yeah.
Misdirection is something that if you look at it, yes, you could figure out that they're lying to you or that they're misdirecting you. When you blatantly lie, you have to, like... Sometimes you can't figure it out.
Here's the thing. There is misdirection in this movie, right? There's a scene where she comes home and she sees that her fish are dead, right? And then a couple minutes later, or not even minutes, like a couple moments later, right? We see in the background that all the fish are missing. They're not dead. And there's only 2 fish left in her fish tank, right? Because Rumi had stolen her fish to put in the fake Mima room, right?
Yeah.
That's misdirection. Because if you don't pay attention to the background, you're not going to see that there's 2 fish in the fish tank.
Like, you
That-
won't know that's misdirection.
Right. There's another scene where she wakes up and she's like, "Is that real?" I think it's still like right after the pizza scene, right? She wakes up and she's like, "Did that happen? Is it real?" And she's looking at her hands, right? But remember, she had earlier hurt her hands on the coffee cup, and that's what she's talking about. But if you're not paying attention, you think that she's talking about the murder that just got shown, right? That's misdirection. Showing me a
Red and
bag
blue.
of clothes with blood on them in her,
It's lying.
and then be like, "Oh, she didn't actually murder anybody."
Yeah, misdirection is something that happens without the viewer knowing.
The fish were red and blue scenes, and her smashing the cup were also red and blue scenes.
Does it matter about these red and blue scenes?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
You call us
Okay.
overanalyzing, and you're like,
The red and blue scenes.
they were red and they were blue. I'm just like,
Yes, they used color to show what was real and what was not real.
so this is not red or blue. Does it mean it's not real?
Yeah, like
There's
there's
normal scenes as well. It only turns red and blue when something specific was happening.
Then that's just bad
with
writing.
fish, and then that's red and blue scenes are used in movies all the time for whether expression or to show something that hasn't, I guess in a way, misdirection on purpose.
A lie. See, like this, right? Clearly, this is Rumi. This is the big reveal at the end, right? Clearly, we can see the one on the left is Rumi dressed up as Mima, and this is her perception of what she looks like. And on the
I was
right,
gonna say, don't you mean the one on the right?
no, the one on the right is her in the mirror. That's the reflection. That's what she really looks like. She doesn't look like Mima. She's dressed up like Mima. She's pretending to be Mima, but she doesn't pull it off. This is why I said if she had showed up earlier at the concert, people would have recognized that it wasn't Mima. And then people would have been like, why is crazy Rumi dressing up as Mima and performing at a concert?
like if
We're
she
not
looked
supposed
like
to
her
know.
somewhat, then yeah.
We don't know. That's why they didn't show it.
They literally show her showing up at the thing,
And they're confused.
and everyone's confused, and they're dancing, and they're singing. And then she floats off of the stage.
Obviously, floating is not real in that
Actually,
universe.
Actually-
I'm gonna say no. You're wrong, and here's why. Because this is a sequence later in the movie. This is the big action. And I filmed this. And I made sure because I actually thought this was pretty funny. And they go crazy. She starts chasing her, right? So she's running. Look at, she's floating. She's floating. She's doing.
That's
but
not
you can
real.
See, but you can see that she's
Everyone's
really
running.
running, right? Look, the real person's running, but the one that we're looking at is floating.
Yes, because she's not real.
She
That's
is
why I'm saying
real.
In the real world, that's not happening.
It is
She's not-
happening.
She's not floating.
She's not floating. So it's showing us
Okay.
her perception of herself.
This is Rumi's perception of herself, right? This is what she's thinking that she looks like. That's why
Yes.
she looks like she's floating. She's really chasing Mima, but then we see in the reflection of the background that she's actually all sweaty and she's running like she's doing an ugly run, right?
Obviously.
So go back to the concert scene.
Yeah, the concert scene. We go back and where she floats off
Obviously,
stage.
we know that people can tell that she's not,
She's not really floating. We know
Yeah.
that. She thinks she's floating, but that still indicates that something is happening. Someone was there. She ugly fell off the stage and then ran out of the concert. But it happened.
No, no. You don't take psychological stuff literally.
You can't. Not everybody in the movie can have psychological
Showing
problems.
it from.
The entire everyone in Tokyo, 1997, the entirety of Japan is just psychologically fucked up. Everybody's messed up. It's a mass hallucination between the entire fucking.
She thinks she's floating, but she's obviously not floating.
Right.
But it shows that there's a.
When I
Hold
say
on.
not
I think I understand.
real, that's not obviously something that's happening. I meant Rumi's obviously not doing that, so they have a fictional being that
Right.
Rumi wants to be as flying, but nobody can actually see that because it's not
Right.
real.
Okay.
So what did
their
she do in
brain.
return?
Hold on. I understand. Let me, because I think you're confused. I understand she's not really flying. I understand
I
she
know
can't
you
float.
understand that.
I got that, right? What I'm saying is, they showed her at the concert.
But
they
you don't
showed
know if that was her at the concert.
They show a glowing Mima at the concert.
That doesn't mean it's her.
Then who was it?
Who was
We
it?
don't know. We don't know if it was everybody's imagination that they just imagined her.
Why
there.
Why would they imagine it?
Yeah, why
Why?
would everybody
Because
just
they
imagine
love
it?
her. Fans would do that. That's something.
Why
fans do.
did hold on? Why did the two other ones that were on stage get
Also
very
hallucinated.
and they got very uncomfortable looking? They weren't like happy
Because
that
they
saw her,
felt it. They knew they weren't focused on them. They were focused
Or-
on something else.
or they saw Rumi get on stage and like, what the hell is this bitch doing on stage?
When you
They're
think like that, everything just makes no sense to you, which is why.
That's why the movie don't make no sense.
sense.
Thank you for saying the thing that I've been saying. The movie makes no sense. Got it.
No,
we agree.
it does make sense, but the way you are saying it, it's like clear cut. Well, no, you're gonna know if Rumi was there because it never showed Rumi.
It's the
It
movie
showed
lying
a
to you. It's a
physical
movie showing you
thing.
something and then going, I don't know, that's real.
What it is you can't show the same perception of something in two different scenes and have it mean completely different things.
See, look at Beefy even goes, the glowing Mima was the agent. The agent saw herself as Mima. Everyone else saw cosplay Mima on the stage. So Beefy's saying that Rumi was on the stage. You're saying that she wasn't even there, that people were hallucinating that she was there.
Yeah, that's what I think because
Okay.
I've seen that stuff before.
But
It's
it's Beefy,
experience.
Beefy, I'm agreeing with you, Beefy. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying if that happened,
Then how does everything else fall into place?
why did no one talk about it afterward?
People were just like,
Hey, could you imagine if I was like, we're going to do this Amico event, and then someone came out dressed up as Tommy Tellerico, and then we just never talked about it, right? We just ignored
Tommy.
it. Yeah, that's just a thing that happened that we're just all going to pretend never happened, right? No, it's like, people would have been like, fake Mima was on stage. It would be like,
it'd be all over the place with fans that obsessed.
yeah.
Which is
Like
why
the-
I don't think there was Rumi. I don't think Rumi was there. I
So-
think everybody was
so-
psychologically thinking it.
Okay, so then why show the same like type of Rumi, right? The Mima, right? Same type, her glowing and everything.
Yeah, why not?
So-
There was no red,
Because
there was no
that's
blue.
No. No, what I'm saying is like, you see that when Rumi sees herself as Mima, she also glows and stuff. So if they were they were having their psyched out hallucination on stage, why didn't they show her like not glowing or in a different hue or something?
Or a different costume, because we
Or-
know
yeah.
that the Mima outfit is the same one that she's been wearing the whole fucking time.
Yeah, because that's her main outfit.
Yeah, but
She
there was
doesn't
there
have-
was nothing
she
to
can glow the same
differentiate
way.
between.
If they think about her highly.
There's nothing to differentiate between Mina like actually seeing her like self in the mirror, like that type of like psychological her trying to figure herself out, and how Rumi saw herself as Mima.
Nah.
There was nothing to differentiate that they
Yes,
were
there was.
that they
Vin
weren't
Bar
seeing the
says-
same.
'Cause it's
Her reflection,
Japan.
She never glowed.
Because it's Japan, crazy shit happens all the time. You assume they recognize her? I recognize her. We saw it. Look, there's no not recognizing her. She can dress up. She doesn't look like her. She literally, this is what she looks like dressed up as Mima. She does not look like Mima. Right?
Yeah,
Look at her.
disqualification.
No, that was probably from the recording.
That's the psychological part.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Because Beefy's saying that you're assuming they'd recognize her as the agent. I'm saying they literally show you that when she dresses up as Mima, she's still recognizable. Right? So they would have recognized her on the stage as Rumi dressed up as Mima. Right?
That depends.
On what?
On what?
The movie literally says she does not look anything like her. People would recognize her.
Here's the joke.
Yeah.
And
It'd be like if Shaquille O'Neal put a wig on, right? We know it was Shaquille O'Neal in a wig. We wouldn't be like, oh shit, no, he fooled us. This isn't Superman taking off his glasses. Like Clark Kent takes his glasses off. We're like, oh shit, I didn't know it was fucking you. Right?
well, for that, the Clark Kent thing is all about the mannerism. You don't think a clumsy dork can be Superman, so when he takes off
Yes,
his
I do.
glasses, it still has no effect.
A clumsy dork is 100% Superman because he's an alien and doesn't understand humans.
Also, he looks
What?
exactly like Superman. At the very least,
Like with him since birth.
Well,
no, but at the
When
very
you-
least, if we're gonna do the Superman thing.
we're gonna do
right?
the Superman thing.
At the very least,
Okay,
I would
let's
go,
do this.
well, Clark Kent looks awfully like, even if I didn't think Clark was Superman, I'd be like,
They gotta
looks-
be related.
He looks just like Superman. Like, Superman must have stole Clark's face when he became a human or something, because he is an alien, right? We don't really
Yeah.
know what's
I
going on.
can't actually understand, but no, nobody's like smart enough to put those two together. But
Even
this,
if-
is why-
but it-
this
it
is what I'm
does.
saying.
Beefy says, even if they did recognize her, it actually doesn't matter. It does, because the whole plot of the movie hinges on Rumi going around killing people dressed as Mima because she thinks she's Mima, right? You would think people are dying. They know people are dying around Mima. And suddenly Rumi shows up on stage dressed up as Mima, and no one thinks, maybe these events could be related, right? So, nah, and they don't talk about it. They never mention it. They don't say, hey Mima, did you hear that Rumi dressed up like you and showed up
Did
at
you
the
gain
concert?
some weight or something?
Yeah, like
Nothing.
nothing.
Which is
So,
why I
just
predict
another day in
she
Japan.
wasn't actually there.
No, I think it was she was there, and I think they just were like, we're just not. It's a plot hole. Just we won't address it, right? Like I
Take
said,
me away,
I
Beefy
understand.
Bites.
I understand that Mima, the real Mima, was having a crisis of what she wanted to be and what she thought people wanted her to be and who she was as a person. I get that. And I get that she had, in the back of her head, she had the idol Mima, still telling her, hey, that's not you. This is you. I'm you. The idol you is you. I get that. And that's why at the end of the movie, she's like, I'm Mima. She knows who she is at the end of the movie. She's a famous actress. She's moved on with her life. She knows who she is. She has
After this
closure.
whole identity crisis, of course.
Yeah, and the identity crisis was who she's going to be. Who is she going to be as a person going forward in her life?
No, it was with this entire thing going on.
Yeah, whether she was going to go and be an actress or she was going to go back to being an idol. And also people were dying around her. I know. Yeah, and how is a dead person going to say it was me? What I'm saying is, we have people around Mima dying, being murdered, right? There's police investigations, and then suddenly Rumi shows up on stage dressed as Mima, and the police don't go,
That's weird.
Yeah, that's
Watch
weird.
the movie with me, Beefy Bites.
It's just like, so that might be weird. Like, that might... we might need to look into that. You think so? Yeah.
Because, like, with obsessive fans of pop idols and stuff like that, that would be a kind of a concern.
Yeah. You would think.
But they just don't. They're just like,
Because, again, I think the movie does stuff. It's one of these movies that it does stuff.
but it never follows through with it.
And because they don't want to follow through. They're
Exactly.
Like, they just want you to, like, oh, haha, we tricked you. Haha. You thought this, but actually that.
The reason
Give
I
me
don't think
Sherlock
she was
Holmes.
there was because the two other singers never even looked at her. They just looked at each other and looked uncomfortable. And I'm like, if there's somebody singing on your stage, you look at them and go, "What the f?" But they didn't.
Because
didn't even look at
because
her.
pop stars can't.
Yeah, because
Yes,
they had to do
they
their
could.
routine.
They do that all the time. Have you guys
Yeah.
never seen a K-pop performance before? Or a
I have.
Japanese
Well, these
performance?
weren't K-pop, first off.
It's
It
J-pop.
doesn't matter. All
First off.
pop dancers look at each other sometimes. It's
And they
normal.
did. If you watch the scene, they do look towards the middle, as if they're looking at somebody.
Not with the way those eyes are animated.
That's because that's
That's
only
because
one
they're
frame.
badly animated.
First off, that's only one frame, right? Like, I would pull the thing up, but it's got like encryption. So if I tried to play it,
Encryptions,
yeah, like they try to make sure that you can't
Crypto?
record shit.
currency.
No, I said encryption, not in crypto.
Cryptocurrency, Dogecoin.
The animation didn't help explain things too well at first viewing. So what Tony's trying to say is Perfect Blue needs a remake by Nolan. Yeah, no.
Because of the paprika.
Yeah. You want them to spell it out for you, different cultures, different reactions. No, it's not spelling it out, right? There's ways to do things to leave it ambiguous, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have a moment like this. Like if Mima was not in the center, or if she was behind them, right? Where like they were in front, and so they couldn't see her. So like the fact that they're not looking at her, or they didn't realize that she had showed up on stage because she was still behind them, that would make sense, right? Then I'd be like, oh, was she really there? Did the fans see her? Was it a hallucination? Is it Rumi off stage thinking that this is where she belongs on the stage with them, right? That would make sense. And that would fit into the whole psychological what's going on and we don't really know. But what they show you isn't that. They clearly show you she's on the stage, or somebody's on the stage, because there's an audience reaction, there's their reaction.
There's the creepy dude's reaction.
Yeah, the creepy dude's reaction, Me Mania. So you can't show me all these people having reactions to something and then going, oh, actually, there was nothing.
Yeah, that actually has happened in anime.
That's why it's bad. I just call
That's
things like
not bad. That's interesting.
the two girls behind me was dead. No.
No. It is true, which is why I watch Sleeping Beauty like at least once a year. I always tend to miss something. It's fun.
I'm sure if I watched it 3 or 4 more times, I'd pick up more things. But like I said, I watched it. Like this is like I watched it. Then I went online because I was like, well, let me see if there's something I missed. And I went online, and it was a huge like I want to say like 6 or 7 page explanation on some website. There's like, this is the definitive Perfect Blue explanation, right? It had this like huge thing and articles, and it had citations from Satoshi Kon and like, hey, he did this like lecture. There's like this 3-part lecture series on the whole fucking thing, right? So I went and I did the deep dive that I needed to do, right? And I'm still
I think
like,
that was your downfall.
This movie's better if you don't try and understand it.
I guess. I just don't show me a thing and then don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, right?
I'll be sure to show you non-misdirection, non-lying anime next time.
I love psychological like stuff. This did not do it for me.
Yeah. Beefy says they are hollow without her. The fans want Mima. That's also another reason for them to be uncomfortable. But they weren't uncomfortable. They were. Watch the scene, right? If they were always uncomfortable, then that would make sense. But again,
Like they seem very happy and chill without her.
yeah, they were very happy. They were chill. They were fine. The fans were chill. Then the fans have a reaction where you see the fans.
One part was a scene when there was a scene where the girls were talking crap about Mima.
Yeah.
That part was just like, that was on Mima's internal part. Like that's what Mima thought. That stuff didn't happen.
Okay, that has no bearing on this scene. This particular scene that Beefy's talking about, that we're talking
When
about.
they started seeing the fans' reaction, that's when they started changing.
Yes, and if you look at
And
again,
it was because
watch
of
the
what
scene.
Beefy Bites is saying.
No, watch the scene.
I've watched this movie more than once. I'm
clearly
pretty sure I understand.
Fine on the stage. They're happy. They're doing their routine. The fans are cheering, and then the fans stop, and they have a concerned look, and then they put a big cheer out, and then they go back, and now Mima's on stage, and then suddenly the 2 other chicks are uncomfortable.
Yes.
So why would the
Beefy
fans?
Bites, what they said still counts in that scene. It doesn't matter if it happens later or happens earlier or happens in the middle. That's what happened.
So in the
So
middle
now
of
we're playing it backwards.
in the middle of their performance, they're just like, "Oh man, we
Evolution.
suck without Mima," and the crowd's cheering extra loud, like they're like man, we're terrible, and the crowd's like going nuts. This makes sense? How? Okay, now play the Bush clip. No Bush for you.
No.
Bar.
You're banned.
Banned. The band's banned.
Snowflake.
So yeah, I don't know. Also, why did she like at the very end at the chase scene?
That scared me.
Right, we get the chase scene and Rumi's trying to fucking kill Mima, and then she ends up in the middle of the street, and a big truck is gonna fucking splatter Rumi, and Mima saves her. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? That bitch is trying to kill you. Have you not seen any horror movies? Have you not seen a horror movie when you save the guy trying to kill you, then he gets up and fucking murders you?
Well, she knows that the person isn't a bad person, but it's also kind of saving yourself in a way. Like, she saw herself and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. So
56K warning.
Her.
He says, I thought this was going to be anime talking, not anime debating. That is talk. Debate is a form of talk. Like I said, it wasn't great. I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. What would you say, Sidekick Max? Who's now
4.
playing on your phone? 4? 4 out of 10. So that's like a 5 average between the...
Is that how averages work? Averages are hard.
Yeah, I said 6. Sidekick Max said 5 or 4, right? 6 plus 4 equals 10. You half that because there's 2 of us. So 5. 5 out of 10 for this household.
Household. Ah, frick. My gum is sore, so I've been trying not to talk much.
Oh, you should have said something.
No, never.
So, like I said, it could have been better. It probably needs a remake. If they remade this, polished it up a little, Satoshi Kon fan club, please don't kill me.
Satoshi Kon stuff has never been remade. I doubt it'll ever get remade.
Well, it's got to be readapted or something.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Why? Darren Aronofsky literally owns the rights to this movie. He could make a new one if he wanted to.
He's who? I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who did it, Black Swan. And
wait, can you say it again?
Black Swan, the movie Black Swan. He's a director.
Well, I've never seen Black Swan.
He directed Rec Room for a Dream, a bunch of other movies. He's one of these artsy-fartsy directors.
Yeah.
Artsy-fartsy.
Yeah.
Music festivals.
Finbar says they should remake it with a more serious, darker tone and extra bush.
Oh, you know animes nowadays, they'll never show the bush.
Yeah. You get extra blur. So obviously you like this movie a lot more than me.
Both of us.
And both of us. Any closing thoughts on this, Bianca?
Me?
Because all I did was complain for like
same.
an hour.
Watch the movie, JM. That's my closing statement, I guess. I don't know.
Was the fake
Closing
Mima
statements
caught?
are hard.
She was thrown into the psychological ward.
Is it?
And that's
is it
the other
also
thing.
on
And that's the
Psychiatric
other
ward?
thing. Hold on. Here, because I just remembered, right? There's another scene
Where they like, she has a psychological personality disorder where she thinks she's Mima, and it shows Mima sitting down there, and like she's afraid no work.
Okay, so there's a scene.
You're in.
There's a scene where Mima is getting interviewed by the actress who plays the psychiatrist on the drama. And then the psychiatrist comes out of the room and she reveals that Mima actually has DID and that she thinks she's Mima, but like everything that's happened in the quote unquote drama series was actually real, and that's her brain's way of dealing with the trauma. And then it literally rewinds. It literally goes rewinds, and then the scene plays again, and they're like, "Oh no, that's actually just the drama." And one of the words is changed from like her thinking she was a pop idol to her thinking
being
she's
a model,
right? So why did you show me that? That's not in someone's brain. That wasn't Mima thinking, like she woke up from a dream. That was literally like you showed me a thing, and then you went, "No, that thing is not real."
It's like, nah, never mind.
Yes, that was the point. You're not supposed to know which was real.
But we know it's real because at the very end of the movie, she's not crazy. The other chick's crazy.
Exactly.
So like, it was redundant.
So it's a lie. So it's a lie. You again. It was just we showed you a thing
because we thought it was cool.
And then like, we tricked you into thinking that maybe it wasn't real the whole time. It's like,
It was just redundant and not needed. It was like filler.
Well, no, because if they didn't show you, then you would have never known that it was not real.
I knew it was not real. If you
Yeah.
didn't show me, I wouldn't have had any question about it.
Yeah, because you showed me, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, at first I was like,
It
that
was
was a good
confusing.
twist. I thought it was a good twist. I was like, oh, that's a great twist.
That's really cool. That
Me-
makes sense.
Yeah, Mima's actually crazy the whole time. She's been killing people, and that the drama that she thinks she's on is not real, and that's her brain interpreting all the shit that happened to her life. That was cool. And then they're like, no, that's not actually what's happening.
Yeah, I was let
Yeah,
down.
that was great.
Nah. Like I said, this is the anime hour, not the anime 3 hours. Let Tony complain
3
about
hours.
movies. So
You
we're
gotta finish Yona of the Dawn first, Finbar.
Alright.
I don't know that much mental stuff. Psychological stuff freaks me out.
So, what are we going to discuss next week? What are we going to complain about? What do you have something you want to recommend, Sidekick Max,
No.
some anime?
I got
Because the last one you recommended, he said, "Hey, watch Sword Art Online. This is going to be
Why
a
would you
fantastic."
do that?
I never recommended
Yes, you
it.
did. You go Sword Art Online. That's what everyone's talking about. It's fantastic. Watch Sword Art Online. And
I was joking about it.
I liked the first episode. I was like, "This episode's awesome. This is going to be a great show."
I was a kid.
And then episode 2 came out, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit? Why would you recommend this? Why?
Finish One Piece.
God,
Don't. There's like 900 episodes. Don't do it.
I can finish it by next week. Don't worry."
Oh my
No
god.
one can.
It's still ongoing. So you technically are not finishing it.
Yeah. Even if you finish it by next week, by the time next week rolls out, there's like 4 more episodes. Oh, and there's movies.
Didn't they say it would be like 4 years or like 4 months? I think there was a 4 somewhere. Like if you watched every single episode
Back to back.
back to back to back to back,
It was like 1,236 episodes plus all the movies.
I think they said it would be like you'd be literally months of your life. Like you
Yeah.
literally have to just spend months of your life
Just
watching.
not doing anything.
fucking
And that's not counting like taking bathroom breaks, eating, and stuff like that.
you have to just wear a diaper.
Listen, if
and-
you are a Chad, you will watch on the toilet, okay?
Fair enough.
You watch while on your bathroom break.
there would be no toilet. You would just be in the bathtub, pooping, shitting, and showering all at the same time. Right?
While watching anime.
Yeah,
of
while watching
course,
anime.
You know,
You're one of
it's
those
on
rich
there.
people with a TV in your bathroom.
Just
Problem solved.
Live in a pod.
Yeah.
Some people have TVs installed in their walls in their bathroom tiles.
That makes me scared.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's like embedded in there, so like there's no
I'm
way
aware,
of it
but like
falling.
still.
Did you see? I seen a video of like someone who had that like pool hanging over the side, and then like the fucking thing just fell. It's like, yeah, that's why I don't.
That's why you don't do that.
Yeah. So again, what do you recommend, Bianca, for next week? What are we gonna talk about?
Are you guys feeling anything specific?
I don't care. I'll watch anything at least once.
As long as it's not girly.
I had a brain fart, sorry. What were we talking about? Wait, never mind. No, sorry, I got it. Frick, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Me too.
You said if I picked an anime series, it's like 5 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna watch the entire series.
Watch Angel Cop, it's effed up.
Is that?
I've actually
appropriate?
never heard of Angel Cop.
I don't think it's appropriate.
Angel A.
I'm pretty sure that's not appropriate, Finbar. Pretty sure. Pretty. If I know my anime. Glad I never
Hopefully
started
you
One
do.
Piece. It was like 7. I started One Piece. I don't know if it started. It was like on Fox Kids at one point when I was still not little, like, but not like
Oh.
completely an old man.
Okay, so how about you start the original Bakis, the first 5 episodes of the 2001 series, since you saw the 2018.
Where are those available at?
I will send you the websites.
This is gonna cost me money.
No.
It costed me $2.99. Well, actually, I rented it twice because I had to rent it again to get the little pictures that we used
Damn,
today.
you actually rented it? Yeah, I'll give you some sites.
I don't pirate anything.
I do.
Don't worry, I'm doing it for you. You're just watching.
No, I don't. I'm 100% against piracy.
What if I told you that it's not available anywhere?
then I just wouldn't be able to watch it.
Dang. It's not piracy though. You're just watching it for free.
I'm pretty sure that's what piracy means.
I don't know about
5
that.
I mean, if you give me a Latino discount on it, that's different. But okay, hold on. I got Baki the Grappler, season 1, episode 1 to 24, English subtitles.
Well, if you're only gonna watch the first 5 episodes, don't buy the entire thing.
Oh, was it? It was on YouTube.
It's free.
It's literally like a 9-hour video on YouTube.
Gosh dang.
9 hours,
Sure,
46
just watch
minutes,
the
and
first
26
5
seconds.
episodes of that.
29.
So the first 5 episodes, I'm pretty sure this is, again, the 2001 series.
You better make sure.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it says Season 1, Kid Saga, Underground Arena Saga, 2001. I will put this on my watch later. All right, there it is. No, that's not what I wanted. This action is turned off or comment made for... Damn it! Why can I not save this?
Just save the link.
Yeah,
Send me the link or something, and I'll just like.
All right.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
like-
you can send yourself the link.
Yeah, I can save myself the link. Tony's no fun allowed here kind of guy. Yeah. Worst wing winner. No, it's not. I can't pirate. I've said so many times not to pirate and how I am against piracy. It would make me a hypocrite. And I'm a lot of things, but a hypocrite
Wait, one.
I am not.
See, if I pirate it and then give it to you.
No, it would still count.
So, get rid of the Miyazaki films.
We didn't pirate any Miyazaki films.
You didn't pirate Miyazaki.
Yes, I did it, and that's all that matters.
I think I have Spirited Away from my English teacher last year. So technically, I didn't pirate it. He did.
You both pirated it. Here, here's the link. I sent you
Gosh
the
dang.
link.
Thanks.
Maybe I should give you my High Dive account. You can watch anime on there.
But see, that's not piracy. That would just be you breaking terms of service, and I'm okay with that.
No, High Dive. You are allowed to share, just like a Netflix or
You're not allowed to
I
share
heard Prime
Netflix.
Video is gonna have something like that. You can have multiple profiles.
You could say you're against piracy and pirate like a true pirate. Tony, don't be the fun police. Mike Mullis has that job. No, I actually made a video where I said I was the fun police. And funny enough, I said I'm the fun police, and then I put Cyrus's face dressed up as a pirate, which is ironic that we're talking about piracy. Let me get some XXX logins. I don't have any of those. Those are that's worse than piracy. That's one of the 7 deadly sins. I am a good. This is a good Christian channel.
As we watched a literal movie.
That was Bianca's fault. Blame Bianca. So next
You
week.
gave me no restrictions. I said if
Sharing
there
is
was
caring.
any.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. But next week we're going to talk about the first 5 episodes of Baki. I will send you the link, Bianca, to that 9-hour compilation, just so we're all on the same page, same translation. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. All right. I would post it publicly, but if I posted it publicly, like my luck would be like YouTube, like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't belong on YouTube, and then yank the whole thing.
We'll post it when we talk about it.
Yeah, we'll post it next week. But until then, please do not pirate. Support your local anime artist. Support your local.
You said anime
distributor.
artist?
Yeah.
Anime artist. Like actual people from Japan?
I said local, so if you live in Japan, then I guess yes.
Yes. You live in Japan now.
Yeah, you live in Japan now.
It
But
can't
that's
be
my
local
house.
if you're all in Japan. Unless it's
You know
indie
of. You don't know. You don't know.
or international.
All right. Anyway, you know how we do it here. Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.